tool up.
Hello
I reckon the
everybody.
laser would prove
I am
useful in this
recording
type
a
of
commentary
situation.
track on this video and the next two videos simply because I recorded these three videos without turning my microphone on, and so you're not going to be getting real-time reaction. I did not want to re-record the videos because it wouldn't be an honest reaction to what was going on, since I already know what's going on here. So you're going to get to still see my gameplay, sloppy and fumbling my way through it like you normally would. You just won't hear my reactions to it at the time. I will come in from time to time and let you know what my thought process was. But just know that some of this stuff is embarrassing because it took me way too long to figure some of this stuff out. And after the fact, I realized how obvious it was. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop here at this with my commentary, and I will pick up on the next section that I feel like I might need to add a little explanation to. Thank you.
All set. Off we go.
Gentlemen, I've breached the Web Industries database, and as of this moment, you're both upper middle management. I'm sure you'll blend right in. Your IDs will only take you as far as the executive floors, and that's where the real challenge begins. Your final destination is an impregnable, self-contained structure atop the main building known as the Perch. I believe this is where the company stores its data.
Code White. Webb's deleting all the evidence.
What can you tell us about the Perch?
That's just it. The place is an information black hole. No blueprints, no infrastructure, nothing. Have I mentioned that this is a terrible idea? I need to notify M.
Negative. M is need to know only. Her protection, not ours.
Chin up, Moneypenny. We're not leaving without answers.
Play it cool.
Always.
Evening. Perch bound, I assume.
Burning the midnight oil. You work at the Perch?
I work with all departments. Roger Finch, Chief Legal Officer. And you are?
Network engineers. We've been called in to help out with the Code White.
Huh? I handle all Perch employment contracts personally. I don't recall seeing you before.
Story of my life.
I see. You must work closely with Danvers. How's he doing? I haven't seen him all week.
Getting by?
Really? I think he was over the moon. Newly married and all.
That won't last. Call me a cynic.
Will you deal with this clod, or should I?
I got this.
Say, I didn't catch your name.
It's Jones.
Right. And your company ID number?
You first. If indeed you are who you say you are.
Oh, now look here.
Are you quite all right?
I don't feel so good, actually.
Oh my. Something you ate?
Oh, dear God. Excuse me.
Seems we've run out of elevator.
Well, bridge to the Perch is only 3 floors up. I say we get a move on before Roger recovers and you dig yourself in even deeper.
I had it under control.
Evidently. We'll need a way to Reach those stairs.
I'll see what we can do.
Smart ass. I'll check the corridor. Do you care to join me? Locked tight. And we don't have executive clearance.
Guess it's lateral thinking from here on out.
Looks like we're not alone. We should split up. I'll check the perimeter. Let me know if you find something.
Will do. All this defying orders and making the first move. What happened to the Greenway we all know and tolerate? The Q-Watch opens a lot of doors.
Oh, so... you were saying?
All this defying orders and making the first move. What happened to the Greenway we all know and tolerate?
Here's what's happening now, Bond. Webb knows his son overplayed his hand. Now he's doing all in his considerable power to shut us down, which includes calling in a favor from his friend, the Foreign Secretary. Stephen Bright will force M's hand to axe us or he'll pull her funding. Between the two of us and the future of the 00 program, she will have no choice. So come morning, we will be discredited and disavowed. So unless you want to consult Bavmar about career opportunities, I suggest we find ourselves a smoking gun.
So in other words, you woke up and smelled the roses. That's all you needed to say.
Bond. This looks like a way up.
Good eye.
Let's get this over with. No way I can climb there. You'll need to clear a path.
Will do. Can I fix you a nice chill G&T while I'm at it?
That would be against regulations.
Right, of course. Drinking tonic in the line of duty. What was I thinking? Over the top would be more fitting.
Bond, I just bet you could use the ledge to reach the balcony over there.
Only one way to...
Good bounce. Do you always land on your feet?
Only when there's an audience.
What's the hold up? Did you stop for a coffee?
Why, you want one?
Well, now you ask. Black, 2 sugars, please.
You know your age group shouldn't drink coffee after 3 p.m.
My age group shouldn't break into a high-security building in the middle of the night.
Can't argue with that.
At this point, I'm recognizing that there is something with the blue indicator here, and I'm realizing that this is what I need to do, but I'm not seeing how to access it. I'm using my Q watch here, and it's not giving me any options to hack it or do anything like that. So I'm starting to become a little frustrated here, because to me this is not blatantly obvious, and I was also recording this one late at night, so I wasn't exactly the sharpest knife in the drawer on this, for sure. But I keep coming back to it thinking, okay, I know I need to hack this. I'm not sure what I need to do to hack it, though, because it's not giving me any options on the Q watch. So I'm looking around for clues, thinking maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe I'll read something or see something that indicates how I need to do this. But as you can see, I'm finding nothing. And this does go on for several other minutes. And I know this part is very boring, but please bear with me on this. I do actually eventually figure it out after stumbling upon it accidentally. I won't spoil the surprise. Some of y'all may have already figured it out, but it wasn't obvious to me at the time. But anyway, we'll continue on.
Aren't you forgetting something?
Did I leave the fridge open?
Stop pottering around. Open the door.
Coming.
Okay, it's at this point I notice this bulletin
Full
board,
access.
and I'm seeing in here that the cleaning robots have access everywhere. So now I come to the realization that, okay, I've seen the cleaning robot wandering around out there by where Greenway is, and so I've got to get him access to that door. If I can find a control panel that would call the robot into the area I'm in, it would open the door and allow Greenway to come through that door. So I'm thinking, okay, is that blue indicator something to call the robot? And it's obviously not. So I start looking around for this control panel, and I see that maybe it might be on a different level, or I'm also tracing down these extension cords to see if maybe they're going to a control panel somewhere. I also look at the boxes to see if something might need to be assembled in the boxes, but to no avail. It's none of those are the answer. So now I'm wandering around looking for this potential control panel to call the robot cleaner back in, but I'm not seeing anything. And I'm growing increasingly frustrated at this point. It's really starting to irritate me. Simply because I know it's taking me way more time than it probably would others. And like I said, you're seeing unedited video. I don't edit my videos. I let my mistakes shine. With all my gameplay, I'll never filter any of that out. So look at it this way. It makes you look like a better gamer for sure, watching me play these videos. Or these games, excuse me. But I'm starting to think maybe there's something on a different level here. Maybe I need to go to another level and find this control panel that would allow me to call this robot in through that door where Greenway is standing. And I'm looking at these and realizing that's all like a water dispenser and some vending machines or something like that. And that's not going to be where I need to go. I see these light up when I use the Q watch, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe I need to jump down to another level here. And as I'm skirting the side, I realize if I jump down to another level, it's just going to put me back where I started, and that I would need to get back up here again. And I don't remember, but I think I was thinking if I get back down to another level, that means Greenway's going to have to come down there and boost me up again, and I didn't want to do that. So it occurred to me that the control panel for the robot vacuum cleaner would not be there. So I'm looking again, making sure I didn't miss any clues. And I'm running around, and I'm growing increasingly frustrated because I know it's got to be an obvious answer here, but I'm just not seeing it. And you maybe even be able to tell how frustrated I was growing based on the way I'm wandering around. I mean, while I was playing this video, I was talking because I thought my mic was on, and I was voicing my frustration during this gameplay. And I was very frustrated. And I kept going back to that table because I thought maybe that was a data pad that would allow me to call the robot in. But obviously it was not. And so I'm continuing to walk around, getting more and more frustrated. And that probably doesn't help me with my problem-solving ability, because frustration just kind of clouds your judgment sometimes. And I go back around here, and I'm looking at these extension cords again, and I'm tracing them back, and I'm looking at the boxes, seeing if there's an option to open them, to maybe construct something that needed to be handled to deal with these robots. And I'm reading this again to make sure I don't miss any clues. And I'm realizing there's no clues to miss there. It's just saying that the robots have full access to everything when they're in an area. They don't have to have security credentials or anything like that. And I'm looking at everything that glows to make sure it's not some kind of a data pad or something I can access. I'm making sure that the card I picked up earlier didn't give me access to that office, because I'm starting to think now the control panel is in that office. And that's why I'm getting the blue indicator there. I've got to get in that office. Excuse me. So I'm going back over here, and I'm looking, and nothing is sticking out. And I'm looking at these extension cords again, and I think, okay, I'm going to trace them back down. I see the blue one is coiled up there, and it's not helping me any. I follow the red one around and realize it's a dead end too. I look at the boxes again. I'm coming over here and looking at anything that might look like a control panel. And it's really frustrating. It really is. And I'm so irritated at this time. I almost think about giving up, to be perfectly honest. I really do. And I'm looking down on this level again, and I'm realizing there's nothing there that's going to help me. I think I even make a comment of how far a drop down that is on the unrecorded audio of this. I think I go back up here and I hang off of the ledge again, thinking, okay, there's got to be something underneath this patio, so to speak, that I'm on, because it's late at night. I'm not realizing until I crawl over here, or scoot my way over here, to realize, wait a minute, this is just taking me down to the level I just crawled up the stairs on, or walked up the stairs on. So that's not going to help me. So at some point I realize that and climb back up. And I'm really, really frustrated at this time, because I know it's got to be something obvious that's just looking me in the face, and I'm not seeing it. I'm looking at that trap door down there, and then eureka. I realize there it is from the back side of the office, through the glass on the back side. And at this time, I feel so stupid. I can't believe that it took me this long to figure it out. I go to the control panel, I call the robot in, and of course Greenway comes in.
There. Not bad for a glorified vacuum cleaner.
Still not getting one.
You say that now.
Still waiting for my coffee, by the way.
I know. Service is terrible.
Coast looks clear. This way.
You look a bit worse for wear. Arm's giving you trouble.
Pain is in the mind, Bond.
So, yes.
I'll be fine. Locked. Fancy that.
I'm starting to think we're not welcome.
Let's poke about. I'll check the toilets.
And look for some meds while you're at it. I need you focused.
Don't push it. Oh. And beware the sleeping guard next door.
What's Webb's endgame?
I take it you have a theory.
MI6 was willing to ignore the risks because Webb got results. But with Thea, what's to stop him from rigging the next election, or worse?
It's very fanciful, Bond. But in my experience, the motive is always simple. And almost always sordid. This'll do nicely.
Hang on. I found a vent.
Yeah, nice one. Just don't forget about the guard.
Oh, I'll get the drop on him.
I'm up. I'm up. Hey!
Didn't see that coming, did you?
What are you waiting for? Let me in.
So what's your take, then? On Sir Nicholas's dark secret?
My guess? It's about his son. Can you imagine what it takes to keep Damien's criminal record clean? Hush money alone would feed a small nation. I bet 009 found out about something. Figured it will be his golden ticket back into MI6's good graces. So he had to die at all costs. See? Simple.
Very.
And what do you know? It's open.
Really?
No.
Figures. But what's the plan?
Well, let's see. Okay, I have an idea. But first, come and join me for a minute.
Don't tell me the old pro needs a timeout.
Tactical pause.
It's strange, don't you think? Sir Nicholas seemed genuinely sorry about what happened tonight.
He liked you, Bond. But you got in his way. That's the world you're in now. Half this job is doing something you'd rather not. The sooner you learn that, the better.
No, Mrs. Greenway, I take it?
And why the sudden interest? Am I dying?
Oh, the night is young.
Once. She was a special liaison with the Treasury. After nightfall, I was in a dark place, and she couldn't handle it. She took a job overseas. Long story, not nearly short enough.
On the upside, you get a monogrammed fountain pen in case you fail to die young.
True. You must take the rough with the smooth.
We'd never have known about Webb if it wasn't for 009. I think if things had gone differently, you would have forgiven him.
He was a traitor.
That doesn't answer the question.
You don't get to wipe the slate clean. Fact is, Reese was a bad apple, and I should have seen it. Moscow rules. Assume nothing, trust no one.
Sounds like no way to live.
Splendid way to stay alive, though.
So why did you come back to the program?
Because they asked. We're civil servants, Bond. We go where we're needed.
And I'm sure running out the clock behind a desk on the 8th floor, writing reports while slowly mummifying from boredom had nothing to do with it.
One doesn't exclude the other.
Well, good chat.
Back to it. According to the floor plan, that lounge next door connects to the other side. If you can find a way in, you'll be able to double back and unlock the doors.
Sounds simple enough.
Look, a way across. It was staring us right in the face.
Hello, you lost, mate? Who are you?
I'm starting to get a little overconfident with my fighting ability here. I run across these dudes and I'm thinking, all right, I'm just going to take them out real quick. But they end up giving me a little more trouble than I anticipated. Of course, you always have these guys that fire these stun guns at you. And there's more people here than I realized also. And I'm thinking, okay, I got to take this guy with the stun gun out because he's just going to start affecting me in this fight. So I try to get this guy's attention. I back out and I go over and then I realize, whoa, this dude's throwing kicks at me like Jackie Chan. What's a kung fu expert doing up here on, you know, in a lab coat? But yeah, I run across a few more of these Jackie Chan types on this particular video. Anyway, I'll let it continue on now.
Sorry for the wait. I had company.
I see. And not a hair out of place. Impressive.
A compliment? How out of character.
Love what you've done with the place. I believe It's what they call an extreme makeover.
And he's back.
Well, looks like we're stuck.
Don't be too sure.
This fella's starting to grow on me.
Motion detected. Lockdown systems engaged.
Knew it couldn't be that easy.
Hang on. We need visibility.
Yeah, not happening. We need another way around.
Well, perhaps some of these offices are connected.
On it. You never actually planned to pack it in tonight, did you?
I had to tread carefully. There's only a handful of operators in the world with the chops and resources to infiltrate MI6, Bond. Simplest answer, it's someone already inside.
You suspected Webb.
The idea did cross my mind.
How does he know our every move in advance?
Occam's razor. It'll...
Hang on. Hold that thought. Greenway, give me a hand with this.
Coming.
Hey, doesn't this all feel a little too easy?
Compared to what? How many evil masterminds have you come up against?
2. Including you.
Trust me, when the enemy stops underestimating you, that's when you start to worry.
More pearls of wisdom. Let me get a pen. Anyway, you were saying about how Webb is spying on us.
Right. So, Occam's razor. It'll be a simple mole. Human weakness, Bond. Never underestimated.
Got any suspects?
I suspect everyone. Well, anyone who hasn't been shot at yet.
Isla Vale, Senior Crisis Manager. Dare say she'll be seeking new challenges.
Use the Q-Watch.
The perch gate is right through here. Even monsters have mothers. Damien Webb's office. I was expecting a layer of bones.
This section took me a little bit of time also.
Damien
Not as long
go
as
a long way
the
back.
first access point took me. But it did take me a little longer to figure out than it probably should have. I realize I'm in Damien's office and I'm thinking, Well, there's got to be something in his office that would turn off the motion sensing area there that keeps locking everything down. Which, by the way, when I grew up, there was a
As long as you can
movie
look yourself in the
called
mirror.
The Omen, and the character's name was Damien, who played the Antichrist, or that was the name of the Antichrist in the movie. And so every time I hear the word Damien now, I think about an evil person. I realize there are people out there probably named Damien that are not evil. I get that, but that's just the first thing that comes to mind because I believe the movie came out in the mid 70s or something like
This
that,
has been
and I'm
laying on rather
definitely
thick.
old enough to remember the name in the movie and things like that. But I'm wandering around here, I'm looking for clues, and I'm thinking, okay, there's got to be something in here again. It's also in the back of my mind that, okay, here we go again with me not being able to figure out a puzzle in a timely manner, and it wasn't really a timely manner. It took me longer to figure this one out than it should have, but it didn't take me as long as it did the first time, which I guess is improvement.
Motion detected. Lockdown systems engaged. Motion detected. Lockdown systems engaged.
Bond, for the love of God, step away from the sensors. My ears are ringing.
If it's too loud, you're too old.
And if you know that quote, you're too old.
You got me there. Expensive fake. He's a stark raving lunatic, but he does have gorgeous hair.
again, this is taking way longer than it should, and apparently I didn't learn my lesson as well from the first section as I did from this section, because I'm thinking, what on earth am I missing here? And it just doesn't click with me for a long time. And I think I even go back into Damien's office and check the calendar. And again, looking for any clues that I might be missing. And you can see my frustration because I'm continuing to tap the button to hack that control panel. And I think I'm just tapping it rapidly because I'm like, dadgummit, just hack it. But it doesn't hack, of course, because that's not what it's supposed to do yet. So now I'm looking through notes, and I think I'll walk over to his calendar and I'll look at that calendar. And again, this is late at night and I'm getting frustrated again. And so I'm obviously missing some obvious things in this. But I do eventually figure it out, and it's coming up soon. So just be patient with me. You will see an old man fumble his way through solving this one too. Yep, this is where I walk over to the calendar, and I'm reading the calendar, and I'm reading the notes here. And I keep thinking, there's got to be something I'm missing. But you will see in just a minute, it was again one of these obvious things that I should have caught on from the first time, but I obviously didn't. So this particular video is definitely slower paced than my other ones. And by the way, I'm recording all my audio on a Sony 3D Pulse headset. I do eventually plan on getting a better headset that will filter out more background noise and give me cleaner audio. So please forgive me if the audio is not as clean as it should be on this. I do plan on making improvements later on. I just am not in a place where I can do that right now. But I'm running back through here. I'm going to go through this grate again, or this air handler again, because I know that there's now nothing in that office that's going to give me anything I need, in Damien's office, that is. And let's see, I think I realized there, yep, that you go in through the back side of the office through the glass, and then you can gain access to the office to get on the other side where you can call the robot in. I think that's what it was. To circumvent the motion sensors that are on the floor there. Again, it just took me way too long to figure this out. But anyway, we'll continue on with the video now. Thank you for your patience.
Coast is clear.
But the sea is treacherous.
And why would you say a thing like that?
This was the easy bit. Now we need a way into the purge.
Or maybe it's open.
The gate is right upstairs. Let's find out.
Well, lockpicking's out of the question.
Hermetically sealed and blast resistant by the look of it. We need clearance or we're not getting through. I do love a good I told you so.
I never would have thought.
How about Webb's penthouse?
Should be right upstairs. Works for me. What happened tonight? Did they come to your home?
Worse, they came to my pub. A game was on the telly and I noticed these lads. They were in club colours, but they never once glanced at the game.
Amateurs.
Well, I slipped out the window in the men's room only to find the actual kill team waiting in the alleyway. And there's the lesson. Never overestimate yourself. Got a bit hairy after that. If the sling hadn't thrown them, I might have actually needed your help.
Yeah, don't mention it.
Oh, you want smoke up your arse, Bond? Join the Americans.
Greenway?
Seems like we're not the only gatecrashers. Breathing. But come morning, he wish he wasn't.
Does he have a key card?
No, they took it. But look, there's a dozer on the other side.
So all we need to get through the door is... get through the door. Leave it to me. That's the ticket. Hey, Greenway. Over here.
Yeah. Should have asked Q for a grapple gun.
Over here. Give me a hand.
Sure thing. That's Sir Nicholas's penthouse.
Very 20th century magnate.
All he needs now is a top hat and monocle.
You think they allow top hats and monocles in prison?
Type of prison he's going to? I'd say he's pretty much mandatory. Bond, get the key card. Hurry up.
Okay, and it's at this point that I'm getting the 5-minute countdown for my audio recording. Or my video recording, excuse me. I'm recording these all on a PS5 Pro, and when you use the internal recording devices or software that it has, it only gives you a 1-hour limit on that, so it lets you know when you're running up against the clock. And so here I'm running up against the clock. So anyway, if you're enjoying my videos, please like and subscribe. I sure would appreciate it, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Thank you.